Hey friends, welcome to week 2 of the Christmas in July YouTube Hop. Today's theme is Deck the Halls, so it's all about creating things to brighten your home for the holiday season or to make a gift and send out in happy mail to have your crafty friend decorate their home with. So I thought we could decorate one of these Dollar Tree wooden cameras. I just like to alter these, and I've already done one of the steps. I took and created a little border around the acetate piece here. I like to make them shakers. Then added some pom-pom trim. This here, I just went to my Cricut and I have a template for this that I use and just cut that off from my Cricut and then use some mini pom-pom trim, and then that's going to go right here, and then that way we can use this part inside as a shaker. So let me show you how I create these. So all I do is pick my background paper, and I really like this paper with the poinsettias from Busy Sidewalks. I'm going to turn the paper over, and then I'm also going to turn my camera over and line it up at the bottom of the page. And then I'm going to basically trace this. I don't have like any kind of template or anything. I could trace this out and create like an SVG file and have my Cricut cut this out, but I don't mind tracing this and just cutting this out by hand. And then I'm also going to remove these stickers back here. And then after I do that, I just cut it out. So I'm just going to use my larger scissors to cut that out, and then I'll use my cutter bug fine detail scissors to make sure that I get these curves nice. And so I'm going to cut this right on that line that I just traced. And of course, you know, cutting like this is never going to be perfect. So you might have to do some trimming, or you might have a little bit of the wooden part showing. You could go ahead and paint this a solid color if you wanted to. I don't really worry about that. But you could if you wanted to. And then we'll get this little corner here. And then this is going to go over this. And then we're going to need to cut this part out. So I'm going to kind of find where this is going to sit. As you can see, there's a little bit of overhang. I'm not too worried about that, but I want to make sure that everything is covered on the other side. And then I'm going to take my pencil and just trace the inside part of this. And then I'm just going to poke a hole here with my scissors. You could use your X-Acto knife for this as well if you wanted to. I'm just going to use my scissors because this is going to be kind of covered on those edges. So if I don't get it perfect, that's okay. And then I'm going to cut this circle out. And this part can be a little tedious because you're, cutting the circle. So if you wanted to create like a template and cut this out on your Cricut to make it faster, you could. And then we have our circle cut out. And then all we need to do is glue this down. You could use Mod Podge or whatever you want. I'm just going to use my art glitter glue, and all I do is just add some of my glue down. I think my glue is clogged. Yes, let's unclog it. But all I do is add my glue down, and then I use one of the foam brushes. See if I can get the glue to come out. There we go. So I'll just take this, add it around those edges, because of course those are the really important parts. And then I like to take the one of these cheap foam brushes and brush this layer down in here, kind of like you would Mod Podge. If you had Mod Podge, that would work too. I just don't have any at the moment, so I'm just going to use what I have. So I'm going to add that down, and then I go to my paper, just like you would be gluing this down to anything, and just start adding my glue on the actual piece of paper. Then I'm going to lay this on here. I'm going to bring this a little closer to me so I don't get my head in your way. And then you want to move this around while the paper is still, while the glue is still wet, so you can line everything up. There we go. That looks good. I see everything covered. And then if you had Mod Podge, I would probably cover this back up with a layer of Mod Podge, but I'm going to take my bone folder. I really want to work this paper down into that wood and make sure, especially along these edges, that they're laying flat and nothing is sticking up. And then I'll just take my hand and kind of repeat the process. And then you can see a little bit of that overhang. If you wanted to trim this, you could use your X-Acto to trim that, or you're not going to see it when the camera's stuck up, so I'm not even going to stress or worry about that. So we have our base paper down, and now if you wanted to add that Mod Podge, I would go ahead and add that down now. And then we're going to add our little shaker circle here. So I'm just going to use my hot glue gun. You got to be careful with the acetate here, but I'm going to add some glue and then lay this down. And you might have to go back and add a little bit more glue, I found, to get this to stay down as you're working pretty fast. Like I see it sticking up here. So I'm just going to go right underneath that with a little bit of glue and start adding some glue down in places that it might need it. And just be careful that you don't burn yourself, which I'm famous for doing with the hot glue, and it is not fun when you burn yourself. Okay, so we have our little shaker down now, and then this is going to fit in the back here, so we can fill this up with some a shaker mix. You could add some pom-poms, some jingle bells. Let's see. This paper is got reds, some pinks, and some different greens. Let's do maybe this mix. So I'm going to add some of my shaker mix in here, and you can add as much or as little as you want. So let's add that one, and then let's add some of the traditional red, green, and gold in there as well. If you didn't want to make this a shaker, you could definitely put a picture in there as well. And then, let's see, I want to add a couple of pom-poms. So let's do a pink, a red, a green, a little off-white. Let's maybe do another red, a smaller pink. Let's put another, let's do, I don't know if I exactly have like the color blue. I'm going to bring this over because I kind of have like this green in here, but I don't really have anything that matches that exactly. So I think I'll just do another regular green in there. And then let's put this, and then the other thing that you can do, which might be fun actually, let's cover this with some paper. Let me go to my scraps and see what I have as far as scraps first. We could use, this would be cute. Let's use that piece of scrap. It's got that pink on it. And then I'm just going to repeat the process. I'm going to flip this over and trace this. That'll give us some decoration in the background. When the shaker mix moves down, you'll be able to see this. And then you could put a sentiment or a sticker or something on here. All right, and then I'm just going to do some glue. I'm going to turn this over. I do see that my circle is, that my paper is a little bit bigger, so I am going to have to trim this one so that it fits. So I'm just going to carefully trim that overhanging paper. There we go. And then we have that really pretty background piece. And do we want to add a sentiment on there? Or I have these really cute gingerbread people that I just picked up at Hobby Lobby. I'm not sure how they will look with the shaker mix, but they're really cute. Let's add one of them down. Let's see. I think this one here with the little hat is cute. And because we have so much room in our shaker part here, we're able to do this. So let's go for it. Let's add our little gingy. Let's see. Let's add our gingy about here. And then I'm going to go into my Happy Planner Christmas Joy sticker book. We're going to look for some sort of sentiment, see if there's anything in here that we can use that's small enough to fit here. We don't have a lot of room. All right, so I'm not seeing anything. Let's see, these are small. Let's see. Could use one of these. Could do, well, this isn't really a countdown. You got countdown to Christmas. Christmas greetings. Let's do Christmas greetings. And we're going to trim this to make it fit. So I'm just going to take my scissors and trim this down and make this smaller. And then we're going to add this. So don't be afraid to cut those stickers that you have in half and make them work for you. All right, Christmas greetings. All right, let's add this on and see how this works. So we want to put this, let's see, I want to make sure my gingerbread is straight. That's cute. And then when you put this down, you can see the gingerbread and you can see the Christmas greetings. And then it's still a shaker as well. How cute is the inside of that? That turned out adorable. All right, so then all that's left to do is to decorate this. So I'm going to do the decorating of this off camera so that the video isn't too long. I did pull one of my star cabochons for the flash in one of these heart wooden buttons for the little viewfinder here, so I'm going to be adding those, but I think I'm going to do, maybe since this paper is poinsettia, I'm going to do some flowers over here to decorate this, and maybe bring in another one of the gingerbread, but I will do that off camera and then come back and show you the finished product. Alright, so I went ahead and created some different size poinsettias with my Cricut and some different papers. And so I did a little cluster of flowers. I added my little star for the flash and my little heart. And then I ended up adding another one of the little gingerbread people right here on the side. And then my Tim Holtz words, just believe, I cut this up and added it in the corner. And then a couple of gems here or there. And we have this really cute shaker. And I think this turned out super, super cute. And I'm going to put this up in probably either on my mantle or on the kitchen, in my kitchen on the shelf, since I have the cute little gingerbread for Christmas. So this is my main project for this week, but I also wanted to show you really quick. I took some of the different Christmas scrap fabric that I had and just tore long strips and then tied them on this twine. I wanted some thicker twine, but this was what I had, and so it's pretty long, and I made like a little kind of like a banner swag type thing, and I'm gonna put it up on the in the kitchen window because I have a small window in the kitchen, and I think this will be perfect there for a little Christmas decoration in my kitchen. And this has little gingerbreads on it too, so that's why I'm thinking about putting my little frame near this as well. So thanks guys for stopping by and checking out week 2, Deck the Halls. I hope you will stop back by next week for Mistletoe Memories, and we will be creating December dailies, scrapbook pages, mini albums, folios, whatever you could think of to keep track of memories for the holiday season. And since you finished watching this video, I hope you will hop on along and head over to the other ladies who are participating in this hop. All that information will be linked down below. So make sure you head over and check out what projects they are creating for Deck the Halls this week. All right, guys, have a wonderful week. Bye.